everyone, yours truly, Chrislevi13, and right off the bat, I've got two questions to ask you all. And question one being, is what is your favorite game of all time? And question two being, what is your favorite gaming system of all time? So when you get a moment, whether you want to do it right now, at the end of this video, or maybe come back to this video later and tell me, I want to know, what is your favorite game and system of all time? Share it with me down in the comments section, because today I'll be sharing with you my answer, what's my favorite game and what's my favorite system of all time, as well as showing you the opening scene to said favorite game when I get to talking about that game. Anyway, sit back, relax, and if you haven't yet, go ahead, hit that subscribe button to see weekly content from yours truly, and you can also tell me if you like this or dislike this by clicking below, and you can even share it around social media, which I would appreciate from my heart to yours. So being a gamer, I played a lot of different systems, a lot of different games, and I love a lot of different series, you know, and I mean, when I was little, I first played the Nintendo system. I believe it was one of the Mario games, Duck Hunt, stuff like that. We had that, you know, and we played it. But then the real system that was really mine, and me and my brother knew was mine and his system, was the PlayStation 1. Because for Christmas one year, we got that system, and my parents said one of us got the system, one of us got the controllers. I believe it was like that. And my parents made it known that, hey, this system is for both of y'all to share, both of y'all to play, for both of y'all to have fun with. And we played countless hours on that system, from Crash Bandicoot to Spyro to the Tomb Raiders to Metal Gear Solid to this to that to the other thing, and it was really, really awesome, you know. And even as a kid, I played the Sega systems because my brother had a best friend who lived down the street, and we would go over to his house, and he had the Sega system, and that was my first experience ever playing with Sonic. And Sonic was wow, you know, blew my mind. But I never went and purchased a Sega system, you know. I waited until Sonic came later when I was older and played more Sonic games. But eventually, me and my brother got older, and what happened? Well, that PlayStation 1 life was up, and then other systems came out. It was the time when GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2 were getting released out there in the markets, you know. And my brother went for the Xbox route. He got that and Halo and played that, you know, and enjoyed it. But I stayed with PlayStation, and I went PlayStation 2. And PlayStation 2 has become my favorite system of all time, even though I don't currently have the current gen PlayStation game, which is the PlayStation 4. I still do like the PlayStation 4, and I like the games that come out for it, and I may one day go purchase myself one. But right now, I don't have the funds to do that, and I have an Xbox One, which I do love the Xbox One and the Xbox brand. But I even have the PlayStation 2 Slim right here, you know, and yeah, it's dirty. It's been sitting in a box. I've had this probably for well over 10 years, maybe close to 15. I'm not sure. But I remember having the original PlayStation 2, the big fat black one, and popping game, sitting in this room when I had a TV sitting, an old school TV sitting over there in the entertainment center, playing the game hours. Playing games, not the game, but games, hours and hours, sitting right there with my back to my bed on the floor, just playing games hours after hours and hours. I played that game played that system until that system wore out, and then my parents had to go get me another PlayStation, and that's when they got me this one right here, which is a PlayStation Slim. PlayStation 2 Slim, the Slim model. Like you see, it's so small, you know, like this, you know. And it was really cool that they could harness everything in that big fat PlayStation 2 into this one right here. You know, I remember, you know, and the day and age of you opening up a system, throwing a game in there, playing it, having a memory card, and not having the game save on your system itself or through the cloud. Cloud is gone, man. This is my memory card that I've had ever since I originally got a PlayStation 2 system. And it was really, really awesome, you know, and I love it. And that's why, if some of y'all know, I've been looking at maybe going and purchasing a PlayStation 2 sometime this year or next year, you know, and maybe even looking into maybe getting a PlayStation 2 that can play my games, but maybe it's a modded one that's been refurbished, been fixed up, make sure that it runs good, but also is modded, maybe have some games or something on that. But that is just something that I've been pondering. But outside of my favorite system, my favorite game also comes off this, because I've met some people out there that have a favorite system, but their favorite game isn't on that system, you know, but that's very few and far between. But my favorite game comes on that system, and I have a physical copy of that game, and that is Kingdom Hearts, the original Kingdom Hearts right here, you know, and it was just a phenomenal game. I still have right here. You know, it's wore down because I used to open this up and read it a lot of times, you know, as a kid. There's a little booklet in it. There's the game itself. If I look at the game itself, is in pretty good condition, you know. I mean, it's got a few scratches and dings on it, but other than that, it's still playable. It still looks good and all that jazz. And there's the game itself. Y'all remember playing that game, playing with Sora and Riku and Kairi and Goofy and Donald and Mickey, and seeing all that put together, seeing how it was kind of like a Final Fantasy thing with Disney thrown in there and weaved together. It was really, really awesome, you know. And I thought, while I talk about the game, I would share also the opening scene. Now, it doesn't have any audio going with it because I turned that down, but that is the opening scene that I remember seeing whenever we got into Kingdom Hearts. And I thought, what is this game? You know, because I loved Disney growing up. I loved The Lion King, Toy Story, and you know, Pocahontas, Mulan, all these Disney stuff. But then I thought, well, Disney's gonna be thrown in there with some Final Fantasy stuff, and I was like, my brother played Final Fantasy, and he likes it. I love Disney. Well, let's see if maybe this is the way for me to get into Final Fantasy games like that. But this opening scene right here was phenomenal. I love this. You know, and this right here, when I saw it, my jaw I was glued to the TV like, you know, and it was just really, really cool. And I gotta say, for the time, for the PlayStation 2, this game was sitting there in it. It was using the best graphics that the system had. You know, it was working. Because that game right there looks freaking beautiful. Beautiful. In the game, let me see what, I'm not right off the top of my head. The game released in 2002. And see how beautiful that game looks? It looks better than some games released today. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not really here to criticize graphics on games here today. But that game for its time was one of the most beautiful games. But then you gotta think of who made it. It was Squaresoft who later became Square Enix. When they partnered up and became the same company basically and all that jazz. I'm kind of mixing my words. You know, when it was Squaresoft and Disney Interactive that made this game, and I just love this game so much. I mean, to get in this game, go in there and you're playing as Sora and you're considered a Keyblade master and you're thrown in this world because you get thrown in the game and you're on Sora's world and you see all this stuff happening, you know, and then your Kairi goes missing and all this, and you gotta go find her, and Riku, and then you see these heartless things, and then you get thrown into this world and you're considered a Keyblade master, and you have this blade, which is essentially a big, huge key that you hold like a sword. And then you meet Donald and Goofy, who are out there searching for their master, Mickey, you know, searching for their best friend. And then you get to see this, and you get to go through these different worlds. Several of the worlds are created just for the Kingdom Hearts games, but then you get thrown in some of these worlds like the Olympus Coliseum, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Peter Pan, and stuff like that, and it was just really, really awesome, you know. I mean, as a kid, when I saw these stories, saw this game, and I was watching this as a kid, and I saw like the stuff happening in this, it's like I was getting emotional whenever I saw Sora and Riku have their back and forth, because Riku was getting turned by the darkness in the 13, and I forgot the whatever that group was, you know, that you see more in Kingdom Hearts 2, you know, and all of that, and it was just really, really like this, you know. And then eventually Sora and Riku had to have a fight and all that, and it was like, wow, you know. And then between the darkness and the light and all this, you know, it was just fascinating to me as a kid, you know, and it's still fascinating to me today. And what's really, really cool is that, yeah, I don't play the PlayStation system currently, the current PlayStation system I have, because if I had a PlayStation 4, I would definitely have the Kingdom Hearts Final Remix that they released, you know, where it had all the all the Kingdom Hearts games in one disc, plus some of the portable stuff I believe is on there. I'm not 100% sure. If I'm wrong, you can correct me down in the comment section, but yes. And I even, right here next to my Kingdom Hearts 1, I've got Kingdom Hearts 2, which was really cool, you know. And, you know, they dived into the story even more, and, you know, and they showed some other stuff. They showed they had the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean. They had Stitch from Lilo and Stitch in there. There's one of the characters you could summon. They had Lion King. They had Tron. They even went to Steamboat Willie kind of era with Mickey and stuff like that. And it was just really, really awesome. They showed some more. They had some more of the Final Fantasy things show up in the game, and it was just really awesome. See, I've still got this game right here. I don't got the game in here. I think I put it in another case, but there's this thing, you know. Because when I was a kid, whenever I played games, man, I would just put it in whatever case was close to me. Whenever I had to take it out of the system. But man, I love these games, and I will always cherish and love these games. And if I could ever get a system where I could play these games again, I would play them in a heartbeat. And hopefully, it's a system that has HDMI added to it or some way, because I'm going to figure out a way one day to play these games for you all. And what's really, really cool is that, yeah, I don't have the PlayStation system now, but Kingdom Hearts 3, which has been in development for a long, long time, hell, this came out in 2002, this 2005, meaning it was basically, when they got done doing this, it was basically 3 years, and then they made this one. Well, it's not 2002 or 2005 anymore. It is 2005 when the last mainline game, other than, because there's been some ones that were on the portable Nintendo systems, you know, and all of that. That's 13 years since the last one, and Kingdom Hearts 3 has been in development for a really, really long time. I don't know, and they finally this year said that this game is going to be out in 2018 for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, meaning that it'll be the first time ever that a Kingdom Hearts game is on a Xbox Microsoft system, and that is very cool, fascinating, good, great, grand, because that lets me be able to get the game. And I know if the game officially comes out like it said it's supposed to this year, you know me, I'm going to be purchasing it day numero one, and I will be streaming it as soon as possible until I beat the said game. And hell, I might even stream it after I beat the game, go through it a second, third, fourth, fifth time, because I love this series so much. It was just like, I got touched by the series when going, you know, and even some of the parts where people say, oh, I don't really care for the flying from the different worlds and the gummy ship. I, as a kid, loved that. Playing, going through the gummy ship, doing that, customizing it, and having fun doing that. And then also I liked collecting the stuff and getting the different keyblades and power-ups you could get, you know, and I liked how the keyblades were kind of made for those worlds, you know. It's like when you were in The Nightmare Before Christmas, that one was like that, and also your character changed for the world he was going in, you know. So it's kind of like, he didn't just look like, oh, I'm gonna look like Sora everywhere I go. He looked like Sora if he was made for The Nightmare Before Christmas. He looked like Sora if he was made for The Lion King. He looked like Sora if he was made for The Little Mermaid and stuff like that. And it was just really, really awesome, you know. And I'm forever gonna have this as my favorite game of all time, my second favorite game of all time, because these are the first two games that I know for a fact that I completed and got. I know I got 100% on this game. I don't know if I ever got 100% on this game, but these are two games that I know for the fact that they were the first two of some of the first games that I ever fully beat by myself with no one else helping me, no other, you know. And I sat there for hours, you know, and it was just crazy, sitting there for hours. I'd come home from school, I would do it before school, I would do it late at night, play these games, you know, on a PlayStation 2, and it was just, you know, And I was like, this game's beautiful, this game's this game's that, and it was just wow, you know. So I don't want to sit there and ramble on too much longer, but man, I bet you, I just want to know one other question, did you all ever play Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2 on the PlayStation 2? If you did, comment below and tell me, did you like this game, did you dislike this game, and whatever else you feel like telling me. I just thought making this video would be something cool, great, grand, for you all to share this with you all. So, you know the questions I asked you at the beginning. I would love to see what your favorite game and system of all time is, because this is my favorite game and system of all time. And and I'm not really a big collector of stuff, but the way the nostalgia from every time I hear about news about Kingdom Hearts 3 the last several years has made me go into my closet and dig out this to share with you all. But anyway, I'm Chrislevi13, and I'll see you all later. Stay awesome. And I just gotta say, that opening right there was fantastic, because after you see all that and it gets down towards the end of it, you get dropped on this, just really quickly, you get dropped on this world, on this little like glass thing. It's like a circle, and what do you see? The Disney princess at the time, the Disney princesses that were there, in each in their own little circle, and then you get to learn more about the story. And then they tell you, what do you pick? You pick between a sword, a shield, or a wand. So, you know, do you want to have strength in sword, or do you want to be a more strength in more defending, or do you want to have strength more in magical powers? And that was really, really cool, because the first time I did it, I obviously went for the strength, and the second time I went through it, I went for defensive to kind of do, like, you know, it's still basically playing the same game, but it was the way my character was going. I'm trying to change it up. But anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed me sharing that with you all over the last couple of minutes, and hopefully you all will share with me down in the comment section below. And anyway, I'll see you all later. Stay awesome.